Hello, and welcome back to Breakthrough. I'm glad you're here as we keep moving through breaking the cycle of almost. If you've been following along, you know what this is. If you're new, do yourself a favor and don't start in the middle. Pause this and go back to episode 1. The story is meant to build, and it hits different when you walk it in order. All right. Take a breath. Let's step into today's episode. I used to think breakthrough was a moment, a line you cross, a door you kick open. I imagined it as something dramatic enough to prove that the old life was officially over. But my life did not change that way. For a long time, my world was shaped by almost safe. Almost wanted, almost settled, almost free. It was not always loud, and it was not always obvious. Sometimes almost looked like progress. Sometimes it looked like peace. Sometimes it looked like maturity. But underneath it was still a pattern, and it carried the same message every time. Do not reach too far. Do not trust too deep. Do not relax, because it will be taken. That is what almost does. It teaches your body to live on alert even when your mind is trying to move forward. It trains your heart to expect abandonment, so you learn to leave first. It convinces you that smallness is wisdom and that distance is safety. It even turns survival skills into habits you defend, even after they stop protecting you. This book is not a performance of healing. It is an honest record of what it looks like when God begins to touch the places you have organized your life around. Not just the memories, but the reflexes. Not just the story, but the inner system that learned how to brace. There are parts of my past I can tell like scenes. There are other parts that return as fragments. A smell, a hallway, a tone of voice, a feeling in my chest that shows up before words do. If you have lived through certain kinds of things, you understand the memory is not always a clean timeline. Sometimes it is a locked room. Sometimes it is a flash. Sometimes it is your body telling the truth before your mouth is ready to say it. As you read, you will see two things happening at once. You will see what happened to me, and you will see what it tried to shape inside me. The events mattered, but the meanings they left behind mattered too. The vows, the coping, the internal rules. The way I learned to measure love, safety, and belonging like they were temporary. I am writing this for the person who has done their best to keep going, but still feels unfinished. For the person who prays, works, serves, and pushes but still feels like something inside them never fully unclenches. For the person who has been near the edge of freedom so many times they started believing the edge was all they were allowed to have. This is an invitation to name what has been normal for too long. To recognize the cycle. To stop calling it personality when it's actually protection. To stop calling it wisdom when it is actually fear wearing good clothes. Breakthrough, in my experience, is rarely a single event. It is a turning, a new refusal, a slow, stubborn agreement with truth. It is a God meeting you in the places you built for survival and offering something you did not know how to receive. Not hype, not denial, something sturdier. If you have lived under almost, I want you to know this. You are not defective because you learn to brace. You are not weak because you learn to adapt. You are not disqualified because your healing is taking time. You are still here, and that means the story is not finished. Let us begin. Thanks for spending these minutes with me. Breaking a cycle rarely happens in one dramatic moment. It happens in small, steady breakthroughs, one step at a time. If something in today's reading stayed with you, leave a comment and tell me what landed. And if you want to keep walking with me, subscribe so you don't lose the thread. I'll see you in the next episode.